So, you want to get into roleplay, eh, Bobby?
But my name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Anyway, moving along, Double R will be more than happy to help. So let's go ahead and get a divider screen, start with the intro, and let's get this video moving along. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, organics of all ages, I am Double R, and in this video we are going to talk about how to get into roleplay in general. If you look into the description down below, you will see links to character sheets, a link to my original YouTube channel that I've discussed roleplay topics on. So I'll try to make sure that playlist itself is on there, as well as the current list of Season 1 and Season 2 playlists on this part, and being a key phrase, links to at least 1 or 2 RP community sites to be used later in this video. That all said, let's get into getting into roleplay. Whoa, slow your roll. Hold on. Don't just go make an account and going all willy-nilly. Some of you who are veterans, you already know what you're doing. That's good. Fine, Danny, whatever. But not everyone's like that. So for you newcomers, or for anyone trying to use this as an instructional, slow down. Slow down. The most efficient way to do this will be with 3 accounts. I know. Hold your horses. Account 1 will be your writer account. This will be where your writer tag's at. This will be your account for you. You don't need to put any brackets. You don't need to do anything to separate OC from IC. This has nothing to do with in-character role-playing. This is your account for you. You can do whatever avi you want, you can do whatever header you want, you can do whatever pinned you want, you can do whatever bio you want, but within the bio you want to make sure you have your writer tag if you have one. Now if you have 3 accounts or less, you usually don't need to worry about it. Saves you a headache if you have only 3 accounts. But if you have more than that, you might want to consider having a writer tag so people know the writer behind it. For those of you who don't understand what I mean by writer tag, it's typically shown up when people say penned by so-and-so. That's still the writer tag. Let's move on. It's pretty much indicating the author, the writer, kind of like how a book has pen names. That's what a writer tag is. Let's move on. First account, all for you. You do whatever you want. But again, writer tag, and you may want to follow a couple other roleplay community accounts. You may want to follow those so you can keep an eye on the roleplay field, have your finger on the pulse of roleplay so you know what's going on, so you know what's up, so you get the idea so you're not blindsided. Will you still be blindsided? Of course. But you want to keep an eye open just to make sure you don't get hit by a ton of bricks, you just get hit with 1 brick. Now your second and third account will be the main and the antithesis. What I mean by antithesis in this case means a different character type or personality than your main. When you make a main, you make your main how you want it. Something you're going to enjoy, something you spend a lot of time on. Your antithesis will be the other. You may enjoy it when you get into it, but if you're not into it, you don't push yourself. It's just not going to work for you. That all said, what are the main characteristics in both of these? Header, avi, bio, pinned, all these reference the character itself. That's giving everyone a heads up who comes to this account. This is a roleplay account, and that's the writer tag. There is no confusion there whatsoever. They know full on what's going on. That's what you want to do with your accounts. You want to have everything lined up for at least 1 character. If you have more than 1, then you may want to make it in the pinned or something to give them a heads up. But at least 1 character on the account, and ensure everything is on that character so people understand, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. Now within the pinned tweet, you can do it several different ways. You can do it with just a list, you can do it with a moment, you can do it with your own video. You get the idea. You can do it however you want, but you're putting out stipulations and terms so people understand that if they're role-playing with you, they need to expect this kind of stuff to happen. You get the point. Now, after you have created your main and your antithesis, go through the red flags video. This will tell you how to start interacting with folks beyond writing solos and whatever. The reason you would want to write a solo is so they can see how you write in general terms. This helps people identify if they want to roleplay with you, if they don't want to roleplay with you, whatever. So we're done at that part. Whoosh. That's part A. Part B. When you're going to make a character, this is where the stat sheets come in. This is where things are going to pick up. What if you want to make your own character? And in this case, we're going to make an OC from scratch. Well, take out a couple sheets of paper, couple stat sheets, just take a look, and remember these following things when you get started. 1. What type of fandom do you want to interact with mostly? Every fandom has their own set of rules, and if you're going to create a character completely from scratch, you know, the platinum tier. If you create the universe and everything under it, if you are the creator of the universe and everything under it, you are 100% the creator. You are a platinum tier. That means your OC is an OC beyond reproach. It is an OC, bar none, 100%. If someone says otherwise, you can just literally kick them in the nuts and throw them down a flight of steps. Don't really do that, people. Then you don't have to worry about what fandom. You just make your universe. You get the idea of the universe the character is going to be in, how things work, how things operate. This is very important because it will help you solidify and keep yourself constant with your character. 2. If you are not going to go to a fandom, you want a goal for your character. You want a goal for your character. Whatever the goal is for your character, have that written down somewhere and remember that as the character's main goal. You may want to do the same for the antithesis after you set up your main. Just saying. 3rd thing, after you have your fandom or universe decided on, and you have a goal for the character, 3rd will be working on the character itself. Name, age, if a religion is applicable, religion, skills, powers, techniques, a backstory. All these things are going to start coming up, so work on those so you have a baseline for it. This way, again, your character stays consistent. These are core things you should have down. So I repeat, the core things you need to know when you're writing a character and the things you need to have written down. Core item 1, what fandom or universe? And if you're making it from scratch, make the rules that your character should apply by. 2, a goal for the character. The character should have their own personal goal. If you need to consider it, consider Batman. Why did he become Batman? To get rid of crime in Gotham. 3, you'll want to work on some basic skills, stats, abilities, and history. All this will come in the same bulk. When you write the history, you may get the idea for stats and you just jot them down. You may get an idea for abilities, skills, whatever, jot them down. You'll always want to have all this information in one spot so you have a good reference point. Now you can of course break it down. Hey, click this link and it'll take you to the powers list. Click this link, it'll take you to the spells list. Click this link and it'll be a history, whatever. You get the idea. But you want general information. You want a summarized history so you don't get confused, and it'll keep your character consistent. Now if you get really bored, go ham. Write books on your history if you have to. Go ham. But do something similar for the antithesis account as well. Make sure they have a goal. Make sure they understand what fandom they're going into. Make sure they have their own rules that they have to follow. Make sure they have their own stats and their own history. 1, you know the fandom or universe you mainly want to interact with. 2, your characters have goals. This is important. This is why so many people have no muse, because their character doesn't work towards a goal. 3, you'll want to make sure you have your stats down, stats, abilities, whatever, written down somewhere. 4, a history, at least summarized history of your character. Now, with that said, that's section B. Whoosh, done. Section C, the last section of this group. Section C are the minor problems within character creation that come up a lot within the roleplay community. And it's only a couple, so we're going to make this quick. Topic 1 will be those who make one account, just one account for everything. Where I broke down the 3, they make 1. It's their writer account, it's their main roleplay account. It causes a major issue only because these are the accounts that typically, not always, but typically end up having the issue of becoming a type 2. They are heavier into issue 3. They're typically the ones that are stuck with this. If they've been role-playing for 10 years with that one account, they've grown overly attached to the character And if the character is dating somebody, they start assuming that they are dating the roleplay partner. It's a horrible time for everybody. Typically, this is the problem. Again, it's not always it, but it's typically the main problem. On top of that, second problem is consistency. A lot of people who make an OC run into the consistency issue. This is why you need to have a summarized history for your character. That's why we emphasize that, okay? So now you understand why I emphasize the multiple accounts. You see why I emphasized the history. And now you understand this last part, real quick. If you are going to roleplay as a canon character, a lot of these other points are already taken care of for you. The character's history, abilities, powers, what fandom they're in, what universe rules apply to them, general pictures that they actually have to apply by. For example, here's my version of Batman. Batman from '89. And I emphasize that's the '89 version. So that means I already got a face claim covered. I've already got a character. I've already got a face claim for that. I already got a history for the character. I've already got the gadgets. I've already got the abilities, the skills, etc. Everything's already written out. I'm just putting my spin on that character or an alternate universe of the '89 Batman. And because my writer tag is there, they know I'm going to be the one writing that version. So you see the difference. You see why I'm emphasizing each point, correct? I emphasize point 1 to show, yes, having 3 separate accounts allows you to keep the roleplay away from you. It's just roleplay. If your roleplay partner decides to get clingy, you can cut the time and be like, hey, that's enough. We're not really dating in real life. It's just character to character, chill. Character consistency is a major issue, so that was item 2, which is why I harped on it. Make sure you have at least summarized history. And if you want to do combat roleplay, make sure you have skills and abilities, etc. 3, you want to ensure that if you're going to make a canon character, that you follow a chunk of the canon. Now, if you're going to do a spin-off of a canon character, annotate where the spin-off is. I can't stress this enough. Because a lot of people will just not say anything, or they'll just say AU, and everyone else will be assuming the normal canon because you give no detour, you give no turnoff. Make sure if you make a canon, you make a turnoff street, a detour, whatever. You emphasize where there is a difference between your version of the character and the canon. You want to make sure you put a bullet point, notification, something, anything to annotate where you are spinning off from the AU. Okay? I hope all this helps. Again, go back through season 1 if you need definitions, or review season 2 for the common errors that keep popping up in moans, and have fun role playing. Even if you only make 1 account, I say make 1 account for yourself and 1 account for your roleplay character. Even if you don't make an antithesis, fine, whatever. But make 1 account for you and 1 account for your roleplay character as a reminder to yourself to keep things separated. And that will take you a lot further and a lot farther than just having everything on 1 account in general. So, have fun. I'm Double R. I'm out. And enjoy your roleplay.